Everyone. What? Somebody comes home. I'm, yo, I would go crazy. What are you?
Pretty mind, pretty grind. Yeah, I said what I said. Manifesting better things while we lay edges to bed.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Pretty Mind channel where we talk beauty, mindset, and everything in between. If you enjoy real talk, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling generous. So today's topic is single mothers. And why do men hate single mothers but don't hate the man who made them a single mother?
This video is for all of the men that call me a single mom and mean it as an insult, so if you're normal, keep scrolling. You want to know what's interesting? In 1973, women weren't allowed to open their own bank account, have a mortgage, nothing by themselves. So a lot of women stayed in those relationships and got married because then they could get a house, they could have access to a bank account, etc., etc. Now, we're in 2024, I have my own bank account, I can have my own mortgage, right? So imagine being alone and raising a child and taking care of all of those things by myself is easier than being in a shitty relationship. I know. It's easier for me. So every single time you call me a single mom and you think it's an insult, I want you to know that it was actually your mom's greatest desire. But they didn't have that right in 1973, so.
They did a study on 23,000 women and found single mothers spent less time on household chores and get more sleep than married women with kids. I studied exactly this in my undergrad. I wanted to know before I left my marriage whether or not single motherhood was going to be to my detriment and my kids' detriment. And what they found was that it was all money. If women found a way to be financially independent, then the kids didn't have an issue. They fared better. They were in a loving, stable home. Everything was okay. And the father could still be present, still have visitation, or if they were already not involved, that just continued. Why do you think we see so many celebrity single moms where their kids are raised just fine and everybody is just happy? It comes down to the money. Think about it, ladies.
Let me make something clear. Giving me a hard time while I'm already having a hard time raising your child on my own is crazy work. I will never understand the baby fathers who have less on their plate and give us more responsibility because they neglect their responsibilities, because of their lack of efforts, their lack of consistency, their lack of maturity, their lack of communication to support their child, and you're giving me a hard time.
I know I'm nodding. I don't have a kid, but seeing what these women go through is already enough for me to not even question it.
I will never, ever understand why you guys do that. Like, it's so ridiculous.
And honestly, you don't even need to have a child in order to know how a man can treat a woman.
Like, I just didn't bury your child for 9 months. Like, I'm already not going through enough. I have my body changing. I'm not getting enough sleep. My mind is running 1,000 miles per hour. I have a newborn baby that I have to, take care of. And you're not supporting me in any of that emotionally, mentally, or physically. Just giving me a hard time. I will never understand you men. I will never understand it. And I'm just generally speaking, don't think I'm categorizing all the baby fathers, because there are some great ones out here. I know there are. I've seen them in real time. But for the ones who just literally have so much lack of consideration for the mother who carried your child that you once loved, liked, enough to put a baby in, you show no mercy to. Shame on y'all. And then y'all be out here loving y'all mothers to death. And shame on you, because guess what? Your mother was a single mother.
That's probably why they think it's okay.
Your mother was put through the ringer by somebody else. Oops.
Their mom raised them as a single mother. So they probably think, oh, well, she did fine, so you're gonna do fine too.
Your dad, actually. And you sit here and continue that same cycle like you don't already know what that feels like. You just expect me to deal with it. Make it make sense. Every day more and more, y'all just give me a reason to talk about y'all more and more.
God made you a single mom because he knew that your baby daddy is not the man that he wants that child to grow up around. We have to remember that God is the ultimate parent.
Honestly, that's so true. There are a lot of non-trustworthy men out there.
He's the ultimate dad. He sees everything we don't see. And the moment that two people conceive a child, they're both going through a cycle or a transition with God. And God is seeing our hearts to see, are we ready to step into his will and his purpose, or are we going to fight and go against it? And we still have time to grow. So during that time when you became pregnant and you decided to have that baby and that man started acting crazy, you automatically stepped up because you were prepared. Because guess what? God would have never gave you that child if he didn't feel you were prepared for that child. The only other person that has the, maybe I can't and maybe I'm not and I really don't have to, is that man, and God was trying to make that man. So if that man decided not to stay in your child's life and he decided to leave, that's because he is not equipped to be that person, to be that leader, to be that provider, to be that person that God has to care over you and that child. Because God is saying he is not like me. God made us in the image of him, and he said that man is not like me. And I refuse to have that man hurt my child or hurt my daughter. So the next time you catch yourself crying about that man not being there,
Hurt my child or hurt my daughter, bro. Some of these guys are scary, bruh.
you need to stop, because that shows that you have no faith in God. He does everything for a reason, so you need to trust that. The reason why he removed that man is because you don't need that man. You need to know that you need him first, and you need to know that he has your best interest in mind. It's better to have that man not be there than to have him be there and not really be there. God is the ultimate father to all of our kids. So I want you to stop crying and stressing about that man not being there for your child, and start thanking God for removing things that were not good for you and your child, and start thanking God for providing everything you need while raising that child. Because right now, you might not see it. You might not see what he's doing for you. You might not see everything he's doing for you, but I guarantee by the time that that child is old enough to be on their own, you're going to sit there, you're going to cry, and you're going to thank him for everything he has done. And you're going to realize you never needed that man. That man was nothing that you wanted your child around. Because one thing for sure, and this goes for if you have a son or if you have a daughter, if that man cannot do the things that he needs to do by God and by you and by that child, that is somebody you do not need in your life, because you do not need that influence for your son, and you damn sure don't need that influence for your daughter. So pick your head up, stop crying, and start thanking God for everything that he is doing. That man not being in your child's life might be more of a blessing than you think it is. Thank God for it, because guess what? If God is prepared to give you that child, once you start putting your faith in him and trusting that everything he is doing is right, he will provide that man for your child if he feels the need is fit. You need to go ahead and wrap it around that God's purpose was for you to have that child. If you're going to sit out here and have a baby and not have a baby for yourself, that's where you're messing up. That child will always be yours. And I know you're going to be mad at me, friend. Nia, you came at me. You over here being rude. I'm going to people in the comments like, dang, that was messed up. I'm just being real with you because that's exactly the conversation I had to have with myself in the mirror. This is bathroom talk. And after I had that conversation with myself a while ago, baby, I don't cry about nothing about people not being present in my child's life. Because it's better for you not to be there than to half-ass be there. And I know one thing about God. He loves me so, he gonna provide, he gonna protect, and he gonna do everything that I need him to do. And when it's time for me to open my hands and have another man come into my life and be there for me and my kids, I know it's God ordained. And I'm gonna accept all blessings, full open hands. So go ahead and take that stuff out your hands, sis. God trying to put something in there for you, and you too busy holding on to something that ain't there no more. I love you, sis, though. You gonna be okay.
I got a good question for all the moms out there. Do any of you moms feel like y'all have ruined your kids' childhood because of the fact that you're always in survival mode? Hear me out for 1 second. Like, I literally feel like I have ruined my kids' childhood. Like, they never got to experience the fun kind of mama or the mama that always take them places because I am literally always either working or trying to figure out how to make more money.
Honestly, I felt that I wasn't really allowed to go out when I was a kid. And whenever I was able to go out, I was only able to go to the park or, you know what I mean? Anything near the house, yes, maybe for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'd have to go right back home. But going out with friends or going to birthday parties, honestly, I'm not mad that I didn't get to do these things because it probably saved my life. You never know what would have happened. But it's like, I don't know. My mom was always working. We never really went anywhere to have fun. You know, she was always in survival mode, and I don't blame her, you know. It's a lot of stress, especially due to the fact that we were new in the town, in the city, new to Canada. It was a lot. Now I see that she's doing a lot more things with my little sister, which is really nice. But I kind of wish I would have experienced some of the things too. I'm not saying we didn't really do much. We probably did do a couple things here and there, but it's nothing, I don't know. It's like, I don't feel like I really had a childhood, to be honest. Like in Haiti, I did, honestly. In Haiti, we're a bit more well off when we're in Haiti before the earthquake. So I guess I did have like a childhood. From like 8 years old to now, all of that stopped. Okay, maybe not 8, maybe. From 11 years old till now, everything stopped. Everything got serious real quick, you know?
And then as soon as I come home, I'm so tired and I have like a million things to get done. I got to do chores. I got to wash the kids up for school. Like sometimes I feel a little angry towards my baby daddies because I feel like if they were around more and helped me out more, I could be the mom that I truly always wanted to be. But because I have really no help, no days off, I'm not able to do as many fun things because I'm always working. Like, I just feel like there are certain things that I've always wanted to do with my kids. But because I feel like I never have time and I'm always so overly tired and I don't really have the energy to want to do, you know, certain stuff, I just feel like I'm taken away from their childhood and the things that they get to experience. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do kind of get a little bit, like, envious because I see my baby daddies, right? And I see how happy they are. Like, they always tell me, like, oh my gosh, like, why are you always so stressed?
Baby daddies.
Why are you always so angry? But I feel like they have time to say, hey, I don't want to do this, and they can just do that because they know at the end of the day I care about my kids more than anything, so I wouldn't just not do for my kids. Like, I feel like if somebody don't want to be bothered with my kids, whether that's their daddy or not, I'm still going to take my kids. Like, I feel like my kids shouldn't have to feel like, dang, like, don't nobody care, because I know at the end of the day I do love my kids.
I mean, obviously they're your kids, you know what I mean? Like, you brought them here. Somebody has to care. At least one person. Shit.
And I will always have their back no matter what. But I just see, like, they have so much free time and they can do what they want to do. And sometimes I wish that I had so much free time and can do what I want to do.
Hey, just for reference real quick, I'm a single mom, like single. I don't get nothing. Like nada. There's no time, no money, nothing. That's my baby. There's no co-parenting, there's no parallel parenting, it's just me. You can't understand what that takes unless you understand what that takes. Don't speak on things that you don't know. Because my kid is so happy. She has everything she needs. Furthermore, there's probably not a single thing you could ask her if she wanted, and she'd be like, yeah, I want this. No, the kid's got everything, and that's me. Me. That is all me. Cool.
Yes. When she says my kid's got everything she needs, you know, you can ask her, she'll say she got everything. Well, I think she's referring to herself, and that's me. If you were to ask my mother, hey, like, was so-and-so happy when she grew up as a child, she would say, hey, yeah, I got her everything she wanted. I bought her all the things. I bought her this. I bought her that. But she can't really say, we learned this together, or she inspired me, or I inspired her to do this. You know, we can't really say none of that. We can say that my mom bought me a lot of things which made me really happy. But when I say I never really had a childhood, I mean, like, I never really got to be a kid around my mom. She would always, like, stress me out. I don't know, I was always thinking about something. But it's like the negative overbears the positive, you know what I mean?
Is it true that after you become a single mom, you decide that you're choosing your kids and you're no longer going to do life for trying to find a spouse or significant other?
So this is definitely true for me. I'm one of those single moms that plans on staying single for a long time. I'm just content with being single and just focusing on raising my child and enjoying the time that I have with her, because time really is going by so fast.
I wonder, like, are we really supposed to be single our whole life? Like, I don't think I would want to be single my whole life. But is that, like, not what we're supposed to do, but, like, how does that work? Do you not wake up one day and say, hey, maybe I want to go out and meet someone? I feel a bit lonely. I mean, I'm alone. I'm single. I literally spend 100% of my time alone. 99, because I do go out and buy groceries and everything. But I spent 99% of my time alone. I would want to be with someone. You know what I mean? Like, I would want to live in a big house. We lay on the grass, we relax, we talk about life. Like, even if that's with your friend, well, a relationship is different. I don't think I'd want to be single my whole life, honestly. I would want to have a connection with someone deeper than just friendship.
And I'd hate for a relationship to distract me from what really matters, and that's making sure my child lives a really good life. Not only that, but I was in a toxic relationship with my child's father, and one of my biggest fears is ending up in another toxic relationship that has me stressed out and depressed all the time, not able to be happy in myself, and not able to be the mom that my child deserves. When I was growing up, my parents both had new people in their lives. My dad married a woman, and she was not the nicest person. I never liked my stepmom. She was toxic, and after she had her 2 kids with my dad, she wanted me out of the picture. My mom also got remarried to a man who my siblings and I did not like, and this man made me so uncomfortable. And I remember walking around the house, and my mother would get mad at me and say that I was wearing certain outfits because I wanted him to look at me and I wanted his attention. And I was like 7 years old at the time. I would get
7! I was 12 and...
whooped over it because she thought I was trying to make this grown man look at me, and like, he was also abusive towards my mother. After she divorced him, she basically just dated bums. I would never want my daughter to have to deal with the things that I dealt with step parents, and her dad already remarried a woman who is toxic like him, so I don't want to bring the wrong person into our lives that could ruin the consistency and the stability that I've created, the peaceful, happy environment that I've created, the safe space that I've created for my daughter and myself. I would never want her to feel uncomfortable or unsafe in what's supposed to be her home.
I'm glad my mom never played with that shit. Oh my gosh. Yo, my mom never played with that shit. I remember when I was younger, there was this guy. I guess, I don't know if they were dating, whatever. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I remember, like, they were talking, and then I was probably like 12 years old. I was so young. And I was fucking skinny. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I had to say that. I just pictured myself when I was 12. Like, I was skinny. Ah! Anyways, I remember I walked in between my mom and the guy, and like he looked back, I guess. Like my mom didn't tell me what happened, but I remember hearing her talking about it on the phone with a friend. So I walked past him and he looked back at me, bro. A 12-year I don't remember exactly what he looks like, but I remember he was like a light skin, like kind of like me, but maybe a little lighter. He was so young, bro. Them young ones be pervs, bro. Oh my gosh. It be the young ones too. Not just the old guys. It be the young ones too, bro. Anyways, apparently he looked back at me. My mom kicked him out right then and there, bro. I'd never seen this guy ever again. I'm so glad my mom never played when it comes to that, bro. She never played. Oh, what do you mean blaming her? Get that nigga up out of there. What the fuck? Yo, first of all, her mother deserves a smack.
I don't want my daughter to feel like she's losing my attention to a man, and I would never ever forgive myself if something happened to her because I brought the wrong man into our lives.
She has trauma, bro. She has trauma. And honestly, if that happened to me, I wouldn't want no nigga. But honestly, that's exactly why I don't want kids, bro. I don't want no nigga around my kids, bro. If somebody comes around my kids, I'm murdering everyone. What? Somebody comes around, yo, I would go crazy. What do you mean? This is why I can't have kids, bro.
There is no bigger shark on this planet than a single mother who doesn't have her kids for the weekend. She's about to go turn up, and you're gonna get sledded out. Get ready. I got a couple friends who are single mothers, and every time they are outside, like they have time off and they're able to go do whatever they want, they are going harder than any other person I've ever seen. Going harder than like a college frat bro. They're going harder than a finance dude. Like they are turning all the way out.
Finance?
I thought I knew real sharks. I started hanging out.
Finance dudes be cheating. What? Why I'm acting clueless.
My single mother friends, and they run game better than anybody else. I don't know how. I don't know what brought it out of them, but they will get you to their crib, in and out, sled it out within 8 hours, and then go pick up their kids in the morning on Sunday. Perfectly fine, no hangover, just chilling. They have the perfect balance of like responsibility and recklessness when they get that Friday and Saturday off without the kids. And you're going to be their newest lick.
Let me make this really fucking clear. I don't know who needs to hear this, but here it is. I don't feel bad for no bitch who keeps laying on her back having babies knowing that she's struggling and has no resources, knowing that she's already in the trenches. I don't feel bad for any of those women, especially after a plethora of children. That's crazy. At this point, DYFS needs to get you for neglect. I said what I said. Because to keep making your other children suffer for your sexual habits is crazy, or your lack thereof birth control or inability to control birth is crazy.
A wise homegirl just told me that you will be alone in the most difficult times of your life. These times will make you stand on your own 2 feet. They will make you become fearless. They will make you become mature. And they will build you a strength that no one will be able to break down. She also told me that they will strip away this illusion that you have about reality and show you what truly matters. And that you'll be your own strength for yourself when there's no one there to show up. She also said that in silence, you'll be the strongest version of yourself that you ever met. And that pain will be your greatest teacher. And that growth will be your reward. And that from that day on out, you'll realize that solitude was actually one of the best things that actually happened to you. And it was something that actually saved you from things that you thought were actually good for you when they really weren't. So I don't know what you can do with that advice, but I know what I did with that advice. So deal with it what you will.
Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling generous. And I hope you have a nice day.